Well, it's the second day of winter. We've taken off from Boonah yet again on a mild, sort of sunny, warm day. It almost feels like we've got a bit of sort of semi-wave lift or something going on here at the moment. We're up at nearly 7,000 feet at the moment, which isn't bad for a winter day. And we're just playing around.
7433 departed to the southwest, operating around Lake Bubera, climbing past 1,500.
We're just trying to work out what we are in here. And we get lots of min sync, and then we get lots of good climb, all in a sort of similar area. So we'll keep playing with it for a while. It hasn't got to that smooth silkiness of wave yet, but we certainly seem to be very high for the sort of conditions. But we'll let you know as we go along. We'll see how the day progresses. We're back down to 3,500 back towards the field. We got up to 7 and we trucked out towards the range, and we had sort of wavy feeling stuff but min sync, but sort of got out to the range with, I don't know, 6,000. Nothing really good there, and then we've just come all the way back with not much going on. Now we've got a weak climb here. We'll see how far this goes and see what we can do after this. We're back over towards the range again now. We've just been taking thermals. We're 6.3 at the moment. It's still choppy and funny and yeah, but anyway. We'll see if we can truck forward towards the range. We're going to try and get as high as we can here, and then see if there's any sort of wavy feeling thing anywhere. But, it'd be nice to get even a little bit higher here. We'll have to try the best we can to see what we can come up with. Got a bit low before, but it's alright. Anyway, we'll keep you informed.
How are you, Glenn?
Well, the good news is we may have contacted wave here.
25?
We're at 7,500, climbing at 2 knots, which is nice.
Okay, so you're 300 foot below me.
So hopefully we can take this a bit higher.
Yes, with this tailwind.
Well, we're climbing nicely, gently but nicely here at the moment. So it's enjoyable, it's smooth now. The view is fantastic. Look at that view down there. It's superb. So I don't know how big this wave is. If we go down like that, I've just run out of it, so I'll truck upwind. Don't want to fall out of it. Anyway, I'll let you know how we go. Well, we punched forward, we're up to the primary now by the feel of it. We lost a bit of height doing that. Hopefully we can gain it, we'll have to see. Nice to see the altimeter slowly winding up and the air's gone smooth again, which is good. Now if the theory's right, this lift should slope forward as we get higher, so we'll appear to go over the top of the ridge more. So at the moment we're showing a good steady 3 knots up. Only about 10 knots of wind speed up here. Which is pretty light. We've got fires upwind of us here, which is interesting. Just to see the wind direction anyway. Just how far to sit away from the ridge at the moment. Looking a bit stronger just on the spot just here. There's a few little bumps just there. Makes me think, well, it must be about to fall out the back of it maybe. Andy and Claire, are you still on the chat brick thing? Roger that, I'm at the main range now at Cunningham's Gap, 7.5, climbing weekly.
Just got up there.
Yeah, it's a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah, we got the performance of the Cirrus, wasn't that great?
Haven't got my socks on today, only got cold feet. Oh, it's 8,500.
House on your left.
So steadily climbing 2 knots, just approaching 9,000. I've got very cold ankles because I haven't got any socks on, but I've got my backward jumper on, so it's all pretty good. The other guys are still struggling. I'll just take this camera off for a sec.
You can do it again, but on the right hand side of the phone if you like.
Right, there's the view out the side, back over the wingtips.
Okay, but you have to go slower so I can go past.
That's Claire and Andy you can hear chatting on the radio. That's out the other side. So it's pretty nice. And this is the second day of winter. Sweet. So I'm just trucking along the ridge. I'm trying to go a bit further south now. We'll just see we're just over 9,000 now. So we'll just cruise along here. We'll see how it goes. Lift's a little bit, it's 1.5 knots now, but it's still lift. But we'll see. We might have to move in and out to try and find out where it is. But I can't see where the other guys are. I think they're down that way somewhere. Okay, I'm running out of lift just there, so I'm going to turn upwind and turn around one of the two. So I'll put this back in again and say goodbye for a moment. Still slowly, gently climbing. Kind of getting used to the cold, got my jumper on. Haven't resorted to hat and gloves yet. But it's all good. If we can get to 12 it'd be nice, but we'll see what happens. Just past 10,500. Gone to 1013 and switched to Brisbane frequency. Got a few tunes on. Just enjoying it. Beautiful view. Ridiculously smooth air. Look, no hands, no feet. Just go in a straight line. Glorious. Unbelievable. Where else would you be, eh? If you haven't experienced this, you're missing out. It really is awesome. Right. 2 whirlies at the moment just to get the instrument to read the wind speed again. I think it's still around sort of 18 knots, but a few more of these and it should work it out, hopefully. Still awesome. No, tell a lie, it's now 25 knots up here. So yeah, there has been a bit of a wind increase. It should increase the lift a bit in theory, but we'll see what happens. Well, it's 12,000 feet, we've got 500 feet to our ceiling. So once we get to our ceiling we might try and track a bit north and then a bit south, and then we'll head back because my feet will be little ice blocks. Absolutely glorious. It is amazing, this wave. It's just so ridiculously smooth. It's bizarre, this smoke we have over here though. It's you can see it flowing through, but you can't see the wave in the smoke. And we were below it when we came up to it, and now we're higher than it, and yeah, you can't see it, which is really quite bizarre. Who would have thunk it? Well, that's just about 12,500, as high as we can go with the airspace. It'd be really interesting to know where this is limited to, because the lift is still there, as you can see. So we'll just fly faster now, cruise on the ridge here a bit. It'll get colder now. So excellent, unbelievable, beautiful. Well, we just cruised up to the north, now we're just cruising back down to the south again. We lost 1,000 feet, but now we're going back up again. So it's now 3:28. So we'll cruise down south here, then go back because it'll start to be late by then. We've been in the air for 3.5 hours, basically 3 hours 25. Yeah, what can you say? It took a struggle to get here today. I mean, but interestingly, at one stage we were down to, I don't know, 1,500 feet or something. But we climbed out of that and we managed to get into the wave, connect into the wave. And we've always thought here that you need to tow to at least 4,500 feet to get into the wave. So it's good to prove that wrong, to know that you can thermal into the wave from here, even on a cold winter's day.
Altitude Foxtrot identification terminated.
Isn't it awesome, eh? It's just so beautiful. Sorry, drop the camera. So
Alpha Foxtrot, no reported IFR traffic on Thursday
back behind.
within 20 miles of Oakey below 6,000. Taking that time in protocol by. 45 time 55, and we should be remaining north of Oakey at all times after journey approach. Alpha Foxtrot, copied on.
And the field's back, you can see the fields down there. There's a green paddock. So you look at the lake, a sort of forested hill, and then a green paddock, and the fields just behind that. And here's me, still rugged up. It's beautiful. Mount Warning out that way, glorious. Mount Barney, Mount Lindsay, absolutely stunning. All right, I'll put the camera back in the mount. Well, we're just coming abeam the steamers. We're going to turn and head for home very shortly. We might just sort of try and sneak over towards Mount Maroon or something like that and do that approach. It's now 3:39, so the steamer's out to the left there. David Falls over that way. Somewhere over here there's a lodge. Oh, it's over on that other cliff face. There's a lodge over there. Anyway, we'll keep videoing when interesting stuff happens. Not that this isn't interesting. It's great. Descent now. We're heading over towards Mount Maroon, and Mount Barney's here, Mount Lindsay's there. That's Mount Warning over there. There we'll turn and head straight towards the field. Need to get down under the airspace here. Sit around 80 knots, but it's too fucking cold if I go any faster. Within airspace now, so that's all good. We're currently 23 kilometres from the field, so we're currently 4,300 over glide, so unless we get seriously drilled, we should be alright. I know there was going to be wave today. I looked at the forecast, it looked not too bad for flying. It is a winter's day, so you weren't going to get a huge amount of heat, but I mean the ceiling was looking like about sort of 5,500 or something like that. But interestingly, when I looked on Windy, it was saying the wind turning more southwest during the day and heading round to the more to the west southwest sort of thing, and slowly increasing just a bit. But most of all, on top of the range, if you go to the gust setting in Windy, it was saying the gusts on the top of the range were going to be in the region of 22 knots. Well, 22 is getting to be enough for wave lift, so you can have not a lot down at ground level, but as long as there's a reasonable amount of wind blowing over the top of the range and falls down the range, and with the cold temperature we have, that colder air, the air that's coming from out west is colder than in here, that probably would help accelerate. The only thing I wasn't sure of was if we were going to have more of a single wave rather than a multiple wave. If you don't get an increase of wind with height, you can get a single wave sitting just behind the ridge. But it all turned out well. It's my theories worked well, so that was quite pleasing. But most of all, I'm really happy that I've managed to get into the wave from low level, which is something I'd always wondered about, because everybody has always said, oh, you need to be at 4,500 feet to be able to connect to it, but obviously you can thermal into it and go from there. So this is currently Mount Maroon we're going over at the moment, down there. There's fields back that way, and that's, if I do a turn that way, that's Mount Lindsay back that way, which is quite beautiful, and that's Mount Barney as we come around here. that's the range, that's where we've come from over there. It says Mount Barney, and the field is sort of over, just on the nose now, it's still way too high, but there's where we've come from, back that way. There's quite an amount of westerly wind looking at the dam down there. So anyway, we'll keep heading back towards home. Right, that's the range where we've come from, where you can see the lake and there's two little humps. That's where we were above there at 12,500. So that's the main range that we're getting the wave off that you can see from there. I just went through a patch of wave back here, so there's still wave this far downwind of the primary range. So it's all good. Anyway, we're going to sort of circle around and come down land fairly soon. Undercarriage is down and locked.
Traffic, Cessna 150 Whiskey Papa is lining up on runway 22. Immediate departure with a glider on tow, Luna.
Whiskey Papa, Whiskey Victor Foxtrot, it's currently south of the strip, 2,000 feet. We'll be joining downwind in a short time.
Hey, with the Victor Foxtrot, I've copied that. I'll be turning left at 500 AGL. Just keep your eyes peeled and I'll keep mine peeled.
Roger that. Whiskey Victor Foxtrot going over the top of you now. Traffic burner glider Whiskey Victor Foxtrot joins left downwind 2-2. Well, so ends another good day. Driving back now. Sun's just setting on the field. Glider's still a bit cold to hang on to, but all in all, a fantastic day. Loved it. Really good fun when you get that. See you on the next adventure.